Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. I am under the water. I am Indian now. I have devolved from a Filipino and now I'm Indian. Because I had to live off of Indian time zones yesterday. Muted? I am not muted. I'm Nusagi. Yeah, man. Hi. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so, okay. First, I want to I want to make an apology video here for moving the time of the stream like twice. Yesterday it was supposed to be 8 p.m., but then I moved it to 9 p.m. my time, 9 a.m. EST. And then I moved it to 2 hours and then I moved it another 10 hours. And that's because I'm my Foid boss. Okay, look, I can't even blame myself, chat. I truly do wanted to stream during that time. But my Foid boss came up to work and pulled me up. Because I needed to work on something. Even though my quotas has been filled for the entire fucking week. Apparently, I mean, I'm not gonna explain too much about it, but apparently there's some stuff that she needed me to cover for. There were a few people that weren't able to do a good job. Like they were like it wasn't that good of a job that I needed to cover for, and you know, my boss said it was urgent, so I guess I had to do that. And to be fair, she did offer me a little bit of money, so I just ended up doing it. You know, if you, I had to prioritize that because it was actually kind of urgent. Like it was the kind of thing where the company would have lost like a couple $1,000s, probably even more if I didn't do that. It's always the woman's fault, huh? True, yeah, it's always the foids, man. I swear to God. If a male, if a moid, if a fucking moid handled that, they were like, fucking wait until the weekend is over. Because it was a Sunday, chat. It was a Sunday. Like, my foid boss was a bit desperate. That's why she had to call me up, pull me up. Yeah. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Was that a WhatsApp notif? Yeah, that was my phone. That was my. Oh, it's actually my Foid boss again too. Holy crap! What the fuck does he want? Sorry. Oh, never mind. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. So my Foid boss didn't even thank me until now. Holy crap! Holy crap, chat. Stream cancelled. Yeah, true. Fuck. Stream did in fact get cancelled. Yeah. All right then. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff because we have, I think, a little bit to talk about. We have the Pipa Fansly, we have the Pipa Fansly situation. We have the Pipa Fansly Fefe situation. Like for some reason, this whole thing became a culture war thing. Then we're going to talk about, I guess, a little bit about Dokumi. And then we're going to talk a little bit about ENreco. And then we're going to talk about like the drama that's been currently going on about like rigging and stuff. Apparently there's drama on Twitter about how like if a rigger is being paid to rig a model, then the source file should come to the person. That's like the client. And then we're going to be angry at tourist stuff because apparently Ludwig's The Yard podcast apparently angered a lot of people. We'll get into it. Not a Gunner issue, it is a Gunner issue. Yeah. So let's get right into it then. ESL makes DN sound gay sometimes. Unfortunately, that's true. Unfortunately, that's true. Chat, you have to understand. My English, even back in high school, was a lot more fluent than a lot of other people. And because it was so fluent, and because I spoke a certain way, I don't even understand or know where my accent came from. I mean, obviously, my accent is like a thick, it's a thick PH, like GTA server kind, but there's like a way. I don't know where I got it. I think it might have been from Minecraft YouTubers or some bullshit, from some cartoons or something. Or maybe even some anime girls. I have no idea. But sometimes, even a lot of the times, I do it. A lot of my peers actually thought I was gay because of the way I spoke. It doesn't help that in the Philippines, if you know how to speak English really well, you're very fluent at it, you are often labeled as gay. I have no idea why that happens. Shut up, Foyd! Fuck me, man. Fucking foids. Holy shit, shut up. Sorry. It is general internet American more than anything to my ears. Wait, really? My voice right now? I'm pretty sure this is a very heavy ESL accent. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Imagine if I asked... No, see, my chat and my boss doesn't know I'm a streamer. And I prefer it stays that way. I'm not even really a streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I would prefer to separate like my YouTube life and my IRL. The only people that knows about my YouTube career, by the way, are like my Foid roommate, my Foid family. I do have a brother, but like all of them are Foids, and 6 of my closest friends IRL. They're the only ones that know about my YouTube career. I would rather not anyone else know. Yeah. So, let's talk about bullshit now. Let's talk about this first, okay? Oh wait, what the fuck? Why is it not appearing for you guys? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I can't speak posh in English because that makes me sound like a True. British in it or something. Hold on. So let's talk about this, okay? What did I miss? Oh, you haven't missed much. You haven't missed much. I was talking about like my Foid life, my sad Foid surrounding Chud life. Anyway, let's talk about this, okay? This tweet by Fefe, chat. This tweet by Fefe did not come across very pleasantly in like the general VTubering circle. Okay? 1.6 million views, 15k likes, 500 likes, and 500 retweets and 500 comments. And you might think that's a good thing, and it usually is, but like, holy, look at this tweet by Banana Jojo, and the Horde Award goes to this. Oh, there's also more. This is not the flex you think it is. This is something to be proud of. This spawned an entirely new, like, discussion on Twitter. Right? Like, there's a traditional fan versus new fan. Right? Wait, Hanley's Fansly is handing out plaques now? Yeah, they are. And, you know, I think it's pretty fucking cool. Like, I feel like any social media platform, if you're like one of the top percentile performers in any sort of money-creating social media platform, I think it's pretty cool that you have it. Like, you know, I don't know if Pornhub does it, but if Pornhub does that, then maybe that's cool. YouTube does that. I don't know if Twitch does that. Twitch should definitely do that, but that would mean giving fucking Hassan a plaque, and I don't think I want that to happen. So whatever. So yeah, that happens. I don't know who she is. Is she like Bao? No, so Fefe has been like a VTuber since like 2021. But she has been like, if I remember, oh fuck, son of a bit, what? I think this is fine. If I remember correctly, I think she used to be a lewd VA. I think she used to be a lewd VA. And she kind of predated VTubing to a certain extent. Again, correct me if I'm wrong here. But, yeah, that's like the thing where it came from, and she's very popular. She's relegated in the Twitch gooner, you know, English side of the industry. I understand why a lot of people may not know her. Yeah. So yeah, so that happened, right? And yeah, okay, the whole Banana Juju Horror Award thing goes on, is fine. This happens. It's like whatever. It's been 5 days. Who cares, right? But then the situation kept escalating because she tweeted this out yesterday saying, if you want to be invited to a VTuber orgy, you need to be an upside down sticker of, you need to put an upside down sticker of your VTuber model in the front on your, yeah, it's like some secret Illuminati secret signage thing. And it's obviously a joke. But then this person over here says, as if we needed any more proof that Western VTubers are just failed porn stars that saw an easy in. VTubing should have been kept so much better / harder. Yet another thing ruined by porn because some predatory women saw an easy bag. So I have a lot to say about this. I don't think VTubing was ruined by porn. I think it was ruined by the mainstream. But I actually have another video about this, like coming probably in the next 2 weeks or something. You can see my entire conclusion on that video. I'm not going to spoil it. But Fefe replies to this saying, it's a joke, by the way, but okay. And then this spawned a tweet from Pipa. Gotta confess, my 2view is also a Fansly e-girl. That's fine, Yinka. Honestly, based. Honestly, that's fine. I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to explore or like get broader into the topic of like lewd tubing as a whole, because I feel like lewd tubing has become like a controversial bad thing now in the industry for some reason. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, Peepa tweets out here. Hold on, let me just. A bunch of bored people have picked Fefe as the socially acceptable target of the week. And Fefe replies saying, "What I find funny is that people accusing of lewd tubers of invading the VTuber scene. Myself and Melody have been VTubers longer than Hololive EN has existed. VShojo wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Melody, cough, a lewd tuber, and if it wasn't for her, most indie VTubers wouldn't exist." So she said this, and this bred an entire fucking war. Okay, this bred an entire war. Aside from the lewd tubing politics culture war that's going on, it also angered a lot of the Hololive English traditional fans, right? So she said that, and look, what we're gonna do, we're going to go to post activity. I'm just going to scroll a little bit. You guys will have to read really, really fast here. But yeah, as you might be able to surmise, a lot of people are not happy with this statement. A lot of people are very angry. A lot of people are trying to dismiss what she said. A lot of people are calling it like some kind of like Delulu historical revisionism or whatever. Blah blah blah. Lewd tubing bad, etc. etc. Right? And don't use VShojo as a bad example among many other things. Right? And then more came out from this, right? Like the entire situation with fucking Fefe, even like fucking Kevin. Like, remember the Kevin X Art, this person, this rigger that's very popular among like other indie VTubers, but then like got called out by Nanolist like a couple of years ago. There was a lot of war that happened. Fucking everybody hated him because he used a template, blah blah blah. And then the VTuber over here, has like a fancy plaque, right? And then she gets fucking shot. She gets fucking shot. Now, obviously, there are, like, multiple, like, obviously, to a certain extent, Kevin is fucking vague posting, right? Because a lot of people can take this into multiple ways. One people could see this as, like, Kevin making fun of the people making fun or mocking OnlyFans creators, right? And, like, they're being protected by, like, the thing, right? But at the same time, it could be Kevin also supporting the hate against OnlyFans VTubers, right? Like, it's actually a bit of a weird situation. Obviously, as you can see here, 1.9 million views, and it spawned. Oh shit, Vex. Okay. Context. Okay, I saw this person Vex. She's been in a lot of drama recently. If I remember correctly, she was largely related to the drama around like Rev and Strob. Apparently she. I haven't delved too deep into it because I'm genuinely not interested. But apparently, again, take this with as much grain of salt as you can because I didn't look into it. But apparently she like sympathy baits about like needing cancer or whatever. And then apparently she uses that money to buy like luxury cars or rent luxury cars rather. And she fucking goes around throwing pity parties and begging for money every single month. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care too much. Yeah. Let's see. What else the other comment says. Wow. Yeah, so actually, I would even like to think that Kevin making the lolly whistle asset and the hot dog asset and the other sexually charged rigs actually reinforces the narrative that he's in support of the OnlyFans girls. Because you have to remember, Kevin, a lot of his clients, gooners. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Fefe isn't really a problem. She's mostly just a collateral for how much NSFW content is just everywhere. People have grown tired of it. Oh, I agree. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't like Fefe. I'll get into that later. Yeah. Most of Kevin's clients are OF types with spicy toggles. Yeah, I would like to think so. That's why I would actually like to think that Kevin has all the rights. Oh, sorry, not right. Kevin has all the reasons in the world to actually defend the OnlyFans like type of VTubers, right? So anyway, this happened as an extension to the drama. But then this happened here, right? Like this discussion happened. This is the one that actually initiated a lot of the backlash for Pipa. A bunch of more, we already read this, and then this person says, Pips, they were given a plaque for being a top whore, which is somehow not just openly stated casually, but accepted and celebrated now. Don't get me wrong, I don't care if she wants to do that, but expecting people not to comment on that, especially on this site, is crazy. I mean, in my opinion, right, if you are the top creator of any platform, you should be awarded or recognized in some sort of way. Right? Like, you know, YouTube does this. Fansly do it. YouTube does this. I think Pornhub does this. A few other platforms do this. I don't see any reason for Fansly to do this. Right? Because to a certain extent, Fansly has to reward their people. Like OnlyFans, like they are an OnlyFans competitor, so it's like a marketing strat. It's like to give people, it's to make people want to keep staying, right? Yes, the hub does it. Yeah, exactly. And I think that should be okay. Like, who cares, right? And then Pipa says over here, back in my day, the face of the EN sphere was an actual porn star. So this was the bomb that set off a lot of people, right? Even in the comments over here. Gura was and still is the face of EN VTubing since there's never a replacement, blah, blah, blah. Melody was never the face of VTubing or even close. She was an interesting outlier because she was an actual cam girl that swapped to a model. Yeah, I'm not gonna read any more of that. Then Pipa said over here, says Gura came after Melody Man, and as you might be able to see here, 700 likes. So Pipa actually got ratioed. Not sure if I don't. Maybe a lot of people would actually constitute this as like a bit of a public humiliation for Pipa. But yeah, a lot of backlash. Right? A lot of backlash. And then ultimately, there are a lot of people turning against Pipa because of this. The fuck was going on? Why are the chuds going against Pipa? The chuds, by the way. Pipa became the iDubbbz of VTubing. Ironic because I was a huge iDubbbz fan back in the day too. And at the same time, there were also people in the VTuber drama subreddit, r/VTuber drama, that are actually like supporting Pipa over here and saying they're fans of Pipa now. So I don't like how like in both sides of this retarded culture war bullshittery, like it's so easy to swap sides, just parrot narrative that they like and boom, oh my god, I'm going to buy your product now. Oh my god, I'm a fan of you now. Like, are people's opinions really that easy to like buy? Well, it's not actually buy, but figuratively. Like, just parrot thing that I agree with and then I'm a fan of you? Like, is it that easy? Do you people actually have, like, opinions of your own? Let's be honest, most of the people in here have never watched Pipa. I agree. True. I agree. My god, dude. Why you don't listen to Twitter takes? Absolutely. Yeah. What the hell happened? Oh, Pipa got a lot of backlash. Because she defended Pipa. She defended Fefe. And Fefe is apparently a good target now because she's a whore. Or something. Right? And obviously, after like this backlash, right? Like literally a day after this backlash, Pipa makes a tweet. There's a certain type of person out there that thinks I was or still am fighting culture wars. Stuff like this, stuff like the Hogwarts drama was because I felt angry over people going after one of my favorite VTubers. At the end of the day, I'm an otaku for VTubers. Yeah. And even with this response, people are still not... there's still a lot of people that are happy with it. That aren't happy with it, rather. Look at this, okay? Is that why you were silent when another one of your co-VTubers was getting harassed? Talking about, like, Jelly, I think? Oh, fuck me in the ass. Sorry, I misclicked something. Sure, I will buy it. Same people that came for Pikami came for Jelly the other year, and Yabbit was silent. Like all of you, people should know how these people operate with attempted doxing and all. For me, those two tweets are below the same. Leaving people alone for that. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, a lot of people are still not happy with this response from Pipa. It's interesting. Melody was not the face of VTubing. She was a face. She just got a decent uptick because of who she upset. I like Pipa, but I don't know where she got this. Thank you, Melody. I'll talk about that later. I stand with Pipa ATM until Pipa says something I dislike these people. Like, I stand with Fefe, this whole thing. Uneducated people. They are, Greg D. True. Holy shit, you guys are fucking giving me a lot of super chats. I appreciate that. Damn. Most people are cattle and are born to be exploited. I actually agree with that, Ivan Iron Fist. Like, look, the Philippines are so stupid that I'm genuinely thinking of removing other people's right to vote. I feel like there's an extent. There has to be like some sort of bar where people, only a certain amount of people are allowed to vote, right? I'm sure this applies in some way in America, but like, holy fuck, that's how I think people are retarded now. Thank you. The second time one of my tweets ended up in your streams, I'm starting to think we should be friends. Oh, Hachi, thank you for the super chat. Which one was your stream? I don't think I saw it. Let's see. I don't think I saw your... Which one are you here? The big one was mine. These are a bunch of big ones, bro. Which ones? What's your name? Yeah, sorry, I actually don't see, which, maybe this one? Wait. This one, maybe? You're probably here, right? This is probably you. This is probably you. Yeah. Just like, yeah. Hey, I never stood with Pipa. I occasionally enjoy stream, but I don't know her real views or politics. She's an entertainer. Why would I stand with her? True. True. So, how do I want to say this? I have like a very interesting take about this, okay, chat? I do. I think, to a certain extent, a lot of people are pearl clutching here. I think people are being upset for a sort of a nothing burger reason. I truly do. I actually genuinely think that way. Because, look, man, Fefe, I actually understand why a lot of people don't like Fefe, right? A lot of people feel off about the way she conducts her social media. She does a lot of sympathy and engagement bait. She recycles that shit every year, right? Like, is it something to be annoyed of and be tired of her? Sure. I'd say it depends on you, but I imagine some people would say yes, right? Like me personally, I don't give a shit. I even am aware that she does that. And if you do feel that way, that's fine. Because I actually see the angle and understand why people won't like her for that. I mean, hey, I made a second channel video, something similar, like last month when she got banned and she was complaining about it. Right? I'm Hina's top chud. Oh, hi. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi, Hina's top chud. Thank you for the super chat again. As soon as you retweeted that, my account got spam reported locked. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah. So, anyway. Back to the Fefe situation. Back to the Fefe. Yeah, I understand if you don't like Fefe. But, like, if you full-blown condemn and hate her, I don't know about that, man. I feel like, I mean, obviously this because of the culture war and because of the LewDtuber, it's hard to generalize about why people could hate certain figures. Mildly might be also correct where people are just generally tired of like not safe for work and porn stuff being fucking everywhere, and Fefe just became the poster of that. But this specifically, right? I feel like people that really hate her for one reason and one reason only, and that's because she's a LewDtuber, and being a LewDtuber is not cool now because there's a lot of hate towards LewDtubers now, and LewDtubers have kind of developed a sort of bad reputation, especially after the whole Shiley incident, right? With a lot of these things, there's like a fakeness, there's a gooner, toilet humor, V-shoujo brain behavior among a lot of Twitch VTubers. There's a large influx of people who don't like LewDtubers because of the horrification of VTubing. Is bad or something. And you know, I would agree with that. But only to a certain extent. Right? Chat, you have to understand, I am a traditional VTuber fan. I goon to my Yoshis, shamelessly even. I broadcast it to the world. You guys don't know, you guys already know that about me. But at the same time, I don't like the Twitch meta of VTubing. Because the Twitch meta of VTubing is shaking your ass, bouncing your boobs, saying goon and toilet humor. It's not my cup of tea. You already know this about me. I like my VTuber sex appeal more implicit than overt and explicit. But at the same time, it doesn't invalidate the fact that a lot of them are real VTubers. You know, contrary to like what a lot of these weird fucking, I don't know, a lot of these weird Christian I look, obviously I don't want to generalize, but a lot of the complaints actually were like a lot of these like self-professed Christian VTubers. Like, I don't know, a lot of these Christian tubers are actually upset about a lot of the degen stuff and loser behavior and nerd stuff that happens in VTubing. Just an observation, right? Contrary to like what a lot of these haters might think, a lot of big lewd tubers are actually weebs. They are actually like fucking anime watching losers. They're not tourists. Not all of them, obviously, right? Like, not all of them. There are a lot of people like Hemomal who mostly just thirst post on Twitter and shows her body a lot as part of their regular content. And I would agree that's not the kind of VTubing that I like. I agree that I don't think a lot of VTubers should follow the way of the Twitch lewd-tuber. Right? Because I don't like the way of the Twitch lewd-tuber. But it's not like these lewd-tubers should be shamed for doing the things that they do, in my opinion. Because whether you guys realize it or not, this is actually part of the pipeline. There are a lot of anime-adjacent content creators whose natural evolution of their content was eventually going to become a VTuber, whether that creator was inherently lewd or not. Right? Like, for example, if you're a hentai and porn game voice actress, they are eventually going to become lewd tubers. It only makes sense. Right? VR chat e-girls were eventually going to become VTubers. In fact, that's how even some OGs like Zentreya and Silverveil happened. A lot of these lewd tubers still deserve to be here. They still are okay. They're like okay. A lot of them go, I don't personally like them, I don't prefer them, but I feel like there's an overt demonization of it. You know? Like, wow, what are we yapping about? I think Kiara does goon tubing the best when it comes to mainstream. Talking about Kiara, did you check that Dimitri Hazuki being a unicorn thing? Oh shit, yeah, we're gonna get into that. Look, I'm going to open the tab right here. And I'm going to, just so I don't forget. Yeah, thank you, by the way, Project Libertad. Yeah, I think anti-NSFW thing in part comes from government using NSFW and think of kids and try to crack down on the internet in general. A lot of them are, yeah. I think, like, when it comes to censorship, a lot of the governments and a lot of people really want to use kids as an excuse. But to me, that's like, nah, man, you're not trying to protect the kids. You're trying to fucking control a platform. Shut the fuck up. Right? They exist. You don't have to watch. I think so. Yeah. I think so, too. Right? So to me, it's weird that a lot of these, like, people are morally grandstanding about, like, lewd tubers. Again, don't get me wrong. I don't like these VTubers. I don't prefer them. I don't watch them. Like, you have to understand, when fucking Cooksy existed, I only watched, like, a couple fucking clips. But then I don't end up following a lot of these VTubers. It's why I barely talk about them. I don't like them. But a lot of people are pearl clutching about it. And they're like, what? What are we talking about? Why are we morally grandstanding about this? And I already know that they are going to be talking about how the JP side of the internet is superior because they don't do this. Right? And I always see this, but I always see this take, but you would have to be one hell of a LARPer to not realize that a lot of indie JP VTubers, in fact, do this. Right? Hell, they take it one step further even. A lot of indie JP VTubers actually show their tits on camera for free. For fucking free. Just look at Twitter, man. Literally just enter Twitter. Yeah. Goddamn. Have people forgotten Errol? True, right? Again, my personal taste and opinion is that I don't think VTubers should follow in the stead of over-sexualized toilet humor route of the Twitch VTuber/lewd-tuber. And again, I do recognize that a lot of LARPing e-girls are skinwalking as VTubers and are hijacking the medium. I was actually one of the people complaining about this back then. But it's not like these lewd tubers don't deserve to be here. If a lot of people get upset about that sort of thing, I feel like we should pick your target. You guys should pick your targets better. You know? And let's talk about like the whole fucking where is this? the whole EN sphere was actually. I want to address this. Because I feel like this was actually part of the reason why a lot of traditional fans were upset at Pipa. But yeah, in my opinion, of course, this is just me interpreting what Pipa is saying. There's a reason why people are upset. It's because it could be misconstrued or construed in different ways. But in my opinion, Pipa doesn't actually mean that fucking Melody and Fefe or whatever was the foundations of VTubing, or as much as like what a lot of other people are trying to spin it. Okay? I think about it like this. Chat. Fefe, Project Melody, Silverveil, and Cottontail, they've been active before Myth even debuted. They did not cause the VTuber boom. They did not cause the VTuber boom of 2020. But they were definitely progenitors. They were definitely here before a lot of the people complaining about it was. Right? And I don't think bro was trying to say that Project Melody was literally the reason, the reason the VTuber boom or was the foundation of VTubing happened. But as for the whole face of VTubing thing, I think she says that because just in Twitch specifically, Melody was the face of VTubing. In Twitch. There's an asterisk there. In Twitch. Chat, you have to remember, I even pulled up her fucking statistic, okay? Project Melody, when she came to Twitch, had 10k average viewers. When she came to Twitch. Sorry, when her debut happened. Right? And then she averaged like 3 to 5k viewers per. Okay? The reason I bring up these numbers is because before Myth happened, Melody was the face of VTubing in Twitch. She was already popular before most English VTubers even heard what Hololive was. Okay? She came in March. She got popular in January. She just entered Twitch in March. But yeah, she was already popular before a lot of people even knew what Hololive was. Right? Yes, she was she was already popular. I know this. I was there. They were different types of VTubers. Like, Melody was an entirely different VTuber, but they were still VTubers regardless. Right? Of course, before Myth, there was really only one contender for the face of English VTubing, and that was Coco. Right? Like, we're gonna go over here, and where's the person that said Coco? Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, back in my day, this was the face of EN VTubing. And there's a nuance here. Being that Coco, yes, was a face of EN VTubing, but she's like Christopher Columbus. Okay? I want to make this comparison. It's like Coco was like Christopher Columbus and Melody were the Aztecs or something. An entirely new thing that was discovered, but existed before they made contact. Okay? They were different types of VTubers again, but they were still VTubers regardless. Like, we cannot ignore Melody's role in cultivating VTubing in Twitch chat. She was popular again before most people even knew what Hololive was. Because in Twitch, in the Western side specifically, the face of English VTubing was Project Melody. Before Iron Mouse kinda took over after the V-Shoujo thing and Gura became the undisputed face of the entire industry, that was Project Melody. That was what she meant. This is what she means. Right? Yeah. So I would like to think the more apt or the more accurate comparison, if we consider all nuances, was that there were two types of VTubing. Two ways to do it. On one face, the traditional English side, the traditional face of English VTubing, Coco. On the other hand, Project Melody. And I don't think Pipa is wrong for saying this. She's really not. She came, she conquered, she colonized. True, that's what Coco did. True. Yeah. Real talk, I think Melody got astroturfed into VTubing. Sure, she was probably a fan, but she started by getting promoted to hell and back by Faku. It was a lot of things, Melody. It was a lot of things. One, when she debuted as a Chatterbait streamer, she ranked number 1 because there was a lot of like gooners that were anime fans, right? She ranked number 1. She caused a lot of trouble because a lot of like Chatterbait streamers were complaining about why this anime girl was that wasn't really even quote real, was like allowed to be in the platform that caused a ruckus, and a lot of people back then were like defending Project Melody, saying, "What the fuck? Haha, get shot on, fucking horse. The time of anime and VTubing is now." And if I remember correctly, Moist Critical actually signal boosted that drama. She actually signal boosted Project Melody, and gave her an entire platform. Aside from that, it's not just it wasn't just Moist Critical, it was also Nux. Nux Taku, I know I know a lot of people don't like Nux anymore. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I think bro's farming like politics now. But back then, you have to understand, Nux Taku was bigger than fucking Trash Taste. Okay? She was bigger. Nux Taku was bigger than Trash Taste. Was bigger than fucking Connor. Was bigger than Gigok, I think. I mean, I don't remember their numbers, so you can contest me if I'm wrong there. But like, bro was up there. And Project Melody and Nux were close friends. Nux gave Melody a platform. In fact, I think like even Fefe, actually, let's talk about Fefe. Even Fefe. Fefe got largely popular because of Nux. So, I think, I don't know, I mean, hey, because I truly don't know if Project Melody got AstroTurf, but I think it's a combination of the outrage around her being like the first 2D cam girl, and then a lot of like anime adjacent content creators covering her drama and supporting her, befriending her, collabing with her, right? That she got her platform. Yeah. So I think ultimately that's what happened. Like, that was the seed of Twitch VTubing. And it all stemmed from Melody. Like, you have to understand, Project Melody was the biggest back then. Project Melody mogged everyone. Everyone. She was the reason VShoujo existed. Obviously, we have a bad perception of Project Melody now. But, like, you know, we can't ignore Project Melody's role in cultivating the Twitch side of VTubing. We really can't. And sure, you might disagree or even dislike the direction that Twitch VTubing does. I know I do. Like, you shouldn't argue with me about like disliking or whether or not like Twitch VTubing is like good or bad, because you already know my opinion. My opinion is that it's bad. I don't like it as much as the next guy. I think like we should be a lot less explicit. But we can't take away their achievement and their role in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not Nux essentially being the VTuber Moses law. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would like to actually think, look, man, I know a lot of people don't like Nux anymore, but Nux made a lot of people's careers. He really did. He really did. VShoujo broke Nux? Fuck. Yeah. Nearly every big VTuber owes at least part of their... Oh, true, Mudley. That's true. No, 100%. That's literally what I just said. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the Twitch VTubers that currently exist right now exist because of Nux. He really did. Like, whether you like him or not, bro was, like, you know, bro cultivated the industry in a lot of ways. And it's because VShoujo, him being bitter as he makes it a lot of sense with that context. He does, yeah, no, I don't know, I don't remember if... Oh yeah, I did. I don't remember if I covered this. I think I did. I think I covered it in a stream, rather. But I defended Nux. It's like, no, that was unfair for him. I feel like that massive case of miscommunication issue shouldn't have been blamed on Nux. And I think that's why, in large part, a lot of the people in VShoujo apologized. But, like, to a certain extent, right? Nux's career fucking... I remember distinctly we talked about this. Like, how, like, there was a clear distinction before and after the VShoujo drama. Like, after the VShoujo drama, Nux's anime content fucking sunk. His fucking viewership sunk. He really did. It really did. And I feel bad for him. I felt bad for him. I can understand to a certain extent why he pivoted and why he makes the content that he makes now, right? Because it's like, look, man, look, I know this is going to be a take that almost nobody is going to like, right? But, how do I want to say this? I think even if people don't like certain people anymore, you really shouldn't, like, erase their achievements. Or change, or, like, try to reframe the things that they did to suit, like, a bad narrative. I'm not talking about Nux Taku specifically. I'm talking about a lot of other things in the industry too. Right? Yeah. Because, like, for example, right? Like, fuck, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. V Shoujo. We always knew that V Shoujo was bad. But it's not like V Shoujo, you know, it's not like all the things that they did and, like, what they stood for, at least the genuine thing that the ideal of what they, quote, stood for was a bad thing. Is it impossible? Yeah, of course. Fucking everyone knew that. Well, not everyone, but, like, obviously we all knew that. But at the same time, it's like, it's for a good, it's like a good cause, you know? Yeah. I don't like revisionist history. Yeah, I don't either. But at the same time, there's a difference between revisionist history and misunderstanding history, right? Because, like, we'll use the Coco and the Melody example. Like, they're both aren't necessarily wrong. Like, where was that tweet? Like this. This is not necessarily wrong. When people say that Coco was the face of ENVTubing, that's not wrong. Like, before Myth existed. But when Pipa also says that Melody was also the face of ENVTubing, that's also not wrong. Like, there's a middle ground there. That both are technically true. And both are not, like, the exact opposites. Like, both, they're not mutually exclusive, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I think. Depends on when you entered. It depends on when and where. It really does depend on when and where. I'm a traditional fan, so obviously. I'm a traditional fan. That's why I specified a face and not the face. No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. That's why I'm okay, so I am a traditional fan. I discovered VTubing via Hololive. I mean, obviously, I discovered VTubing fucking via Kizuna Ai back then. But, like, when I really got into VTubing, that was because of Hololive. And that was, like, January 2020. Right? Like, when the first few clips came in. Like, when fucking, chat, remember Hololive clips? Like, the Chinese channel Hololive clips. Like, that was, like, the first clips that I watched from Hololive. And obviously, back then, I was, like, sort of a fan of, I was, like, okay, not fan, but, like, I was watching a lot of AniTubers, right? Like, I used to watch a lot of Garnt. I used to watch a lot of, what's his face? Nux, of course. I watched Charlie, and that's how I knew of the Project Melody situation. I'm like, oh, this is like, I recognize that, oh, this is kind of like Kizuna Ai, but like lewd, but like porn. Okay. I would count this as a VTuber, and that's why I recognize that part of history. Oh, yeah, Hololive moments. True. Sorry, not Hololive clips, Hololive moments. True. Sorry, I forgot. I'm a fucking tourist. Yeah. So that's how I got into VTubing. Ultimately, I am a traditional fan. So a lot of the history that I know of and I'm familiar with are tied to the traditional side of VTubing. Like, for example, I don't remember when Silvervale transitioned from becoming that into, like, a full-blown VTuber. I don't remember when Iron Mouse became popular. I don't remember, I don't even remember when Filian became a thing. Holy shit. I don't even remember, like, Shylili's, like, PL before Shylily. Like, it's a lot of these things. Like, I don't know the history of a lot of Twitch VTubers. Again, because I don't necessarily like them. It's just not my cup of tea. Yeah. But at the same time, just because I don't know about it doesn't mean that I don't think it exists, right? I don't like. Let's try to be good faith here, you know. There's only been the face of VTubing once, and that was Kizuna Ai. Since she debuted, there has been multiple faces of VTubing. Yeah, well, no, I mean, I agree. I feel like nobody can take that. Nobody can take that achievement away from Kizuna Ai, right? For example, just as nobody can take away the face of VTubing being like English VTubing at least from Gargura, right? Until someone surpasses Gargura in terms of numbers and or represents the culture as a whole, nobody is becoming the next face of English VTubing, okay? And obviously right now, the biggest contender is Iron Mouse. But even then, it's like, it's contestable, right? I see a lot of valid points as to why it's contestable. Yeah. So VTuber history is a lie. LewDtubers were there before the boom even started. Yep, that's true. Exactly. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of ways LewDtubers existed back then. There were porn VAs, obviously. There were Discord kittens that became VTubers. Oh god. Do you guys remember? Okay. I forgot what they're called. Do you guys remember the weeb e-girls, the 4chan weeb e-girls? You know, the Nyaners type, the Senzawa type, what's her face again? The Kyoresu types. Yeah. They were not necessarily like LewDtubers, but they were definitely like e-girls. They were like anime e-girls. Yeah. Like these, the image board girls, they're... What board did they come from? I forgot. Fuck, I'm about to be schizophrenic. They came from a specific board. Aside from B and Paul, what was the Goth Lolita board again? The Goth Lolita board. Okay, Goth Lolita 4chan board. Like, CGL, yes! Wait, was it CGL? I forgot. Was it CGL? It was CGL, right? Yeah, I think it was CGL. I think it was CGL. VT, no, not VT. Actually, chat, VT did not exist until, I think, 2021. They actually, 4chan was, they created an entirely new board for VTuber specifically. Yeah. CGL is the cosplay board. Yes, so, a lot of the e-girls that you know now used to be active from here. And it was fucking worse. You have to remember, CGL was, oh my god. This is like this is an entire fucking Nusagi video, okay? Or even a Rima Even Star video. Like, the history, the lore goes deep, chat. It goes deep. I can't pull it out exactly from my head, because I don't, like, a lot of my memory is blurred, because I used to be a fucking, like, teenager back then. But, like, holy crap, man, it was something. It was fucking something. My god. Nyaris was a B girl? Oh, was it B? Was she frequently posting on B? I forgot. Yeah, I mean, B was one of them. B... Paul, not Paul, Paul sometimes, I guess, yeah. Yeah. I know Senzawa did racist requests from 4chan back then. A lot of these girls from the CGL board, from the B board, and a lot of these voice actor wannabes, Sydney, yeah, true, Sydney. Sorry, not Sydney Sweeney. From Trash Taste. Sydney was not necessarily a CGL girl, but she was definitely one of those like weeb e-girl people, right? Who was it? There was more. Yeah, there was a lot of this. There's a lot of this. The lore goes deep, really. I tuned out 4chan by 2023, so all these people are new to me. When did I think when I started getting into 4chan was actually like, when was the first Internet Historian video? I love how nearly every single part of internet culture can trace its roots to 4chan. And the moment that normal internet, they try to erase that part of it. True, because they want to sanitize it. Mildly OCD. They want to sanitize it, but like real goats, no. People, real OGs, no. It's like the same thing where a lot of a lot of the normies, a lot of the people that just entered anime really hate a lot of the niche weird things about anime, and but they don't realize that a lot of a lot of the roots of anime was was made specifically by a guy with a weird fetish, and that weird fetish developed and evolved over time to become something that was like relatively okay in the modern standard, right? Like it's a whole lot of things. That's why I don't like it when anime fans aren't weirdos and losers and gooners and nerds, right? I feel like if you to truly appreciate anime, you kind of have to be one of them. You have either to be a loser, you have to be a nerd, you have to be like bullied in high school. You'd have to be like somebody that appreciates or like has an appreciation for a niche thing. You can't just be a normie. Obviously I like to gatekeep, but I would like to welcome a lot of these normies in because, you know, everyone at a certain point has been a tourist. You know, like you guys did not enter the medium or the culture or the weeb adjacent community that you knew immediately knowing a lot of it. Everyone was a tourist at one point, right? It's just a problem when a lot of these new tourists are colonizers and they inject a lot of like normie bullshit, inject a lot of politics, inject a lot of culture war, inject a lot of like bullshit around it. Yeah. But tourists should enjoy respect the host. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like you know, if it's like the same thing when you visit Japan or like when you migrate to a country. When you migrate to a fucking country or you visit a country, you fucking conform. You act as what's the saying? When in Rome, act as the Romans do or something? Yeah, no, exactly. 9 years ago. I think it was like 10 years ago, actually. So, the reason why I use Internet Historian as a time bench for me was because I was in 4chan sometimes, like, only really sometimes, like, a year before I discovered his first video. 2016. Okay, so I was like actually one of the newer people. I started browsing 4chan when it was 2016. Wow. Sagi, how much did I miss? Yeah, we already talked about the Fefe situation, Charlie Spur. Yeah, this is actually still an extension of the Fefe situation, yeah. Wrong, I was bullied in elementary school. Oh, true. Dude, back in elementary school, I remember being bullied for like liking a lot of my niche cartoons. Right? Like even, chat, you have to understand, even among like losers and nerds and like cartoon fans, there was a hierarchy. Right? Like, I remember back then, if you didn't like Minecraft, if you didn't like Beyblade, if you didn't like Pokemon, you were a loser. If you didn't like Adventure Time, you were a loser. Okay? If you didn't like Gumball, you were a loser. And you know, I like these anime. I really did. Sorry, not anime. I like these cartoons. But at the same time, I liked some of my other niche cartoons too. I liked, for example, Bobo Boy. Oh my god, chat, Bobo Boy. Oh, fuck. Do you guys know Bobo Boy? It's like a Malaysian fucking, it's a Malaysian cartoon. I remember I liked Upin and Ipin, of course. I liked, what's that niche show about, like, it was like a 3D show. Show about, internet. It's like they were programs or something. And it was like 3D. What was it called? I don't remember. What was it? Kyo'd Lyoko? I don't think it was Kyo'd Lyoko. Reboot? Yes! Reboot! Oh my god. Chat, I remember loving Reboot. And like when a lot of my when I tried to talk about this with a lot of my peers, right? Like nobody knew what it was and they called it cringe because it looked fucking weird. And I'm like, hey man, don't fucking disrespect my goat like that. And like all they were talking about was like fucking SpongeBob and Adventure Time. And again, I did like these shows, but it's not like I also didn't like a lot of my niche weird shows too. Right? Like, fuck, I got bullied back then because of that. You have to understand. You have to understand. Yeah, it was great. Reboot is great. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Xavier, Renegade Angel. Oh, true. Hero 101. Am I the only person that likes Hero 101? I remember back in Cartoon Network, when I first watched. Oh, actually, when we were able to buy like a better TV back then and had connection when my mom started to get a job, one of the first cartoons that I actually watched was Hero 101. Oh, what? Hero 108? Was it 108? No, I'm pretty sure that was Hero 101. What? No, it was Hero 101, not Hero 108. No, Chad, it was a Hero 101. No, it was not Hero. It was Hero 101. Okay? It was Hero 101. It was this one. It was this one. Am I schizophrenic? Wait. Is this a... Is this a bear situation? What's it called? This is a bear situation. Mandela effect? True. Oh my god. How are you 24 and saw a show like Reboot that aired in 1994, Ian? I got it from one of those like TVs. So in the Philippines, okay, in the Philippines there were people that sold TVs. Filipino DVD sellers, street sellers. Yeah. So in the Philippines, there are people like these where they sell DVDs and they sell shows on the street. This is actually how I watched anime. Yeah. So, yeah, pirated DVDs. Yeah, true. This was how a lot of people back then, especially if you were poor, used to consume a lot of anime. Chat, this was actually how I used to watch Gundam. Yeah. This was how I watched Gundam, and I watched a lot of the movies that I watched because of these pirated anime. Because of these pirated DVDs. I remember back then, I used to like bitch and whine to my dad about like buying them because they were really one of the only forms of entertainment that I had. Right? When smartphones became a thing, when the internet became a thing, I was aware of what the internet was. A lot of my classmates had access to the internet back then, but I didn't. So I had to rely on especially catching and following, especially catching like good DVD bootleg stuff on the street, and or waiting for the anime to air on television. I remember back then I would watch like entire TV shows just so I can know the schedule of specific shows back then because I couldn't look it up. This was back in like 2014, 2015, 2013 to 2015, I think, back when we didn't used to have access to the internet. Yeah. Which Gundam was your first? Gundam Seed. Gundam Seed was my first. That's why this was the Gundam that I first rewatched. I talked about this last week, I think, or was it like a couple days ago? Gundam Seed was my first anime, and it's because Gundam Seed was like one of the first Gundams that like the West and like the rest of the world got exposed to outside Japan. So it made sense to me, I think. Yeah. That explains a lot. Yeah, it really, it really does. Yeah. I do like Seed, but you're missing out on the other good ones. Oh no, I watched a lot of the good ones. Back in 2019, 2020, I think. Oh wait, no, 2020 actually, yeah. Back in 2020, when I was coping with the Coco situation, like on my downtime when Coco wasn't streaming, I was rewatching a lot of Gundam stuff. I pirated them for obvious reasons. Yeah. God, we're talking about weird loser stuff now. I still need to experience a Gundam show. The new one, the GQQXX, this one was airing, right? I haven't actually watched this one. This Gundam, the GQUUX Gundam. I don't know how to pronounce that. I haven't watched this one. I saw a lot of backlash for the design, among many other things. But you know, because I'm a Gundam fanboy, I'm still gonna eat it. I'm still gonna watch it. Oh, you know what? A niche cartoon that I used to watch that a lot of my peers also hated? Chowder. Oh no, not Chowder. Chowder. Back when I was in like 6th grade, like elementary school, Chowder was like the show that came up in like 5 a.m. in the morning when I had to wake up. We had to eat, bath, obviously, and then walk all the way to the and before we would like ride it out to the fucking school. Chowder. Yeah, I love Chowder. There was also my gym's partners. Yeah, my gym's partner's a monkey. Yeah, I remember this one. What other shows did I watch back then? There was a lot. I used to watch a lot of shows. In fact, I watched so much my gym partner's a monkey, I practically memorized a lot of them. Flapjack. Oh shit, true. Flapjack was a goat. I remember. Oh, no, not this one. Show. Flapjack was. The Misadventures of Flapjack was one of the good ones. Yeah. Oh god. You really like Cartoon Network shows, so? Yeah, it's because Cartoon Network shows were really one of the only things that we had access to, right? Like back then, our TV station our TV had only access to like I don't know like we had access to a lot of channels, but like the 6 channels that we used to watch were Star Movies, Disney, Cartoon Network, and obviously the news sites like like ABCBN, fucking GMA or some bullshit. Yeah, no Nickelodeon, no Nickelodeon, unfortunately. That's why I haven't actually. We haven't had. Okay, sorry. I remember we didn't have access to the Nickelodeon channel until I was like 8th grade. Yeah. So growing up, I did not watch a lot of Nickelodeon shows. I did not watch SpongeBob. I did not watch Danny Phantom. I did not watch what are popular I mean what's it show? The Fairy Godparents, the Fairy Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, I did not watch a lot of those shows. Most of the shows I watched were specifically Cartoon Network and Disney, because those were the only things I had exposure to. Now, oh true, yeah, no, Cartoon Network fell off. 100% mildly. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Cartoon Network fell off. I don't like a lot of the new cartoons now. Yeah. Apparently they remade Ben 10, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you remake Ben 10? What? Just air Ben 10 now. Like, what? Dude, like, you why waste fucking money? Just watch Ben 10 now. God. It was already good, exactly. Oh no, new Ben 10 is great. Really? I mean, hey man, I haven't watched it. I'm preemptively judging it because it's a property that I dislike. Bro missed out on Avatar. Okay, I did. Actually, you're right. I did actually miss out on Avatar. I really only watched chat. A lot of people may not. It's disheartening to hear this probably, but I only watched fucking Avatar in 2023. Damn. I missed out on a lot of Nickelodeon shows. I really did. Oh, true. Generator X. I love Generator X. God. I think this was the same creator as fucking Ben 10 too. Like, I thought the style was familiar. And I remember a crossover. Avatar is a goat, fight me? No, I liked Avatar. It's just a shame I didn't experience it in my childhood as like a lot of other people did. Oh, Leonabo, thank you for the super chat. I didn't look at it, sorry. Could you look at some tweet replies? It's between a small VTuber and the head of a community. I don't care if I can like this, but just wanted to ask. Link it in my general. Are you part of my Discord? You can link it here. You can link it on my Discord or DM me on Twitter. I'll look at it later though. Okay, so I watched Avatar. I did not watch Korra. Apparently, yeah, did you see the Avatar movie leak? No, I heard it was leaked. Apparently it was apparently the leak is bad, but apparently I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. To be fair, or to be honest with you, I'm still gonna watch it. It's because of the it's because it's of the original Ang group, but whatever. Mm. I remember as a kid I liked DB but hated Power Rangers. Oh fuck yeah, no. Power Rangers was the thing that united my school. I remember back then all of us were cosplaying Power Ranger people. All of us. We all love Power Rangers. But obviously the Western Power Rangers, not like the Super Sentai stuff. The Western Power Rangers. Yeah. Anyway, let's start. I feel like we we delve too long the topic. Shit, actually, Dino Thunder was actually. I think Dino Thunder was my first exposure to fucking what's it called, to Power Rangers. Yeah, in fact, part of the reason I love fucking dinosaurs and dinosaurs and dragons was because of Dino Thunder. Oh shit, chat. Do you guys remember fucking what was it? This was like, aside from Pokemon, this is like one of the first animes that I've actually watched. Dinosaur King. Oh my god, Dinosaur King. Chat. This was in Cartoon Network. I remember. This was like this was probably my first anime. Okay, you have to understand. This was my first anime. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. This was in my TV back then. I remember fucking like. My first crush was the girl with the crop top. Was it this one? Oh yeah, this one. The girl. You guys don't see the picture. Characters. Like this girl. This was like my first crush ever, bro. This was my first fucking crush ever. Like, oh my god, because I'm like, oh my god, she's like. She has her tummies out. It's like, oh my god, this was probably like my first sexual awakening. I'm gonna be so fucking honest with you. This was my first sexual awakening. Yeah, 100%. Oh god. Oh my god. Legend of Korra is a child's interpretation of how to handle it. Oh, I haven't. I saw the hate for Korra mildly. I don't know if it was bad or not, but yeah, apparently just don't watch it is what a lot of people told me. Yeah. Imagine liking the pink hair Kusugaki and not the hag with the green hair. I don't even remember the hag with the green hair. This one? Like this one, right? Like I don't remember her. Yeah. I remember, okay. So I remember the main character, Max. Was Max, was Max really his real name? I remember he had like a triceratops, right? I remember this girl had like the dinosaur that flies. I forgot, and the other side character got like the no, not the girl that flies. Sorry, the one with the long tail, the one with like the weird horn on the front or something. Fuck, I don't remember. Like I don't know what dinosaur with weird single horn. Yeah, this one. I think this was, yeah, this was her, and this was her thing. I forgot the other character though. I forgot the side characters here. I really only just remember the main character and this girl because she was my crush. Her name was Zoe Dian. Oh, okay, gotcha. I forgot. I genuinely forgot. You have watched Shaolin Showdown? I have actually watched Shaolin Showdown, yes. I watched Shaolin Showdown. Yep. I remember Omi. What's the name of the girl? I think Kimiko was the name of the girl. I also had a bit of a crush on the girl too. Was it Kimiko? Was her name Kimiko? Oh, it was Kimiko. Oh my god, it's coming back to me. Yes, this girl. I thought this girl was hot. Okay, so Silver Synth, I have not watched American Dragon. I have not watched Jake Long. I have not watched Jackie Chan, the animated series. I've known of it, but I haven't watched it. Parasolfus. Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. Oh, chat. And my first after okay. So I'm starting to remember a few things. So my first exposure to Japanese media was Dinosaur King, right? But after Dinosaur King, I discovered Mega Man. And I discovered Mega Man because of arcade games, or not arcade games, sorry, flash games. Flash games. I remember back then, how I used to consume a lot of games and internet media was I went to, I think it was my aunt's house. Was it a friend's house or an aunt's house? I used to go to like it was someone's house. I used to go to my aunt's house, I think. They told me they told me Y8. Remember Y8? Y8 games? Yeah. They showed me what Y8 games was, and I discovered a lot of things. And the first game that like piqued my interest was fucking Mega Man. Yeah, the old one or the new one? I don't remember. The Mega Man Y8 game. The turn-based game. It was turn-based. I don't remember. It was I did not play the platformer. I played like a fucking a flash game version of Mega Man. It was a turn-based game, and because I fell in love with turn-based games, so I started to look into like versions of those, and then I discovered Final Fantasy, and that was when I discovered Tifa. And Tifa did numbers to me. This bitch did numbers on my ass. You have to remember. They did numbers on my ass. Like, oh my god, when I discovered Tifa, bro. She was like my obsession back then. Oh my god. She was so hot. She was so beautiful. She was everything. Oh, my fucking god. Gallons lost. Exactly. God damn, dude. And I think that's why I fell in love with like with waifu culture as a whole. Cause again, Dinosaur King. I fell in love with fucking I fell in love with Zoe. And then my next one was Mega Man. I didn't find a lot of the women in Mega Man that attractive, but I did like Zero. My favorite character in Mega Man was Zero. But then I discovered Tifa. Okay, I discovered Tifa in Final Fantasy. Okay, Mega Man has a woman. I think they did. Was it Alias? I think Alias was their only. It was one of the only Mega. Yeah, I think it was Alias, right? Yeah, it was Alias. Or Alia, sorry. It was not Alias, it was Alia. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. You see how old I am. Or maybe not old. Yeah. And then after I discovered Final Fantasy, that's when I started to really kind of get into anime. That was when I discovered Gundam. Because it's like, oh shit, really? Because like chat, when I discovered Gundam, I was fresh off of Final Fantasy, fresh off of Mega Man, and fresh off of what's it called? Dinosaur King. So, you know, oh shit, hot anime women and Gundam? Oh, and a giant fucking robot? And a mech that transforms? Aegis, fucking Gundam Aegis transformed, and like that was like one of the highlights from it. It's like, oh shit, I need to fucking watch this. You know what I fucking did? When I watched Gundam Seed, I gooned to what was the bitch? Gundam Seed female character. What was the bitch? What was her name? Well, the girl that's naked almost all the time. Not Lacus. You're a fucking you're not goon bait, but at the same time you're like a traditional uwu princess sort of thing. Was it? Flay? Oh yeah, it was Flay. Oh fuck, dude, I busted gallons to Flay. Okay, I did. Look, I'm gonna be shameless for a little bit. Okay, I gooned to this person. Like after I got murdered by Tifa, the second person that shot a fucking bullet to my head was Flay. My god, yeah. No, I think this was when I kinda low-key fell in love with manipulative evil women. Yeah, it was from Flay. Absolutely. Absolutely. My model tweaking, because I'm also tweaking. I'm tweaking IRL too. fuck, dude. Tifa activated, Flay eradicated. Exactly, dude. Exactly. So, like, if I actually remember and follow the timeline and the animes that I fucking watched when I was first exposed to as a kid, it actually makes sense why I'm a VTuber fan. Yeah. Stop liking evil women. Stop making them hot, man. I don't know what to tell you. Stop making them hot. Flay went schizo in the anime IRC. Yeah, she did. I rewatched Gundam back then, obviously. When I was a kid, I didn't understand what the fuck was happening. All I understood was, like, Flay was fucking Kira. But I rewatched Flay, if I remember correctly, it's because her dad died. And Kira was... she hated Kira. She hated... his race. Like, it's a bit of a racism thing. But at the same time, Flay recognized that in order for her to survive and in order to, like, climb up the keychain, she recognized that she had to be on Kira's good side. So what he did was that he gave Kira a lot of motivation by cucking her boyfriend. This girl had a boyfriend. By cucking her boyfriend and sticking up to Kira in order to motivate him, kind of low-key manipulate him into killing their enemies and to make sure she was safe. Yeah. And then, yeah, Gaz's McD, yeah. And she died. Obviously, she died. Oh, fuck. I mean, I'm gonna guess a lot of you guys also watched Gundam, or you don't mind the spoilers. But she died, and I remember Kira fucking having a mental breakdown about it. And she was naked in space, and I liked the fact that she was naked in space. Back when I was a kid, I watched that, and I was fucking turned on. It was like, oh, fuck, she's naked. I don't know how to process this lust. I don't know how to deal with it. I just kept replaying it. Yeah. But yeah, wild. It's okay, Kira got Lacus, bro. Bro, I didn't like Lacus. I felt like Lacus was too much of a passive character. Even when I rewatched Lacus, I didn't like her. I feel like she was a pretty girl that served no purpose. Like, even back then, you have to understand, I recognized tropes. I recognized passive and active characters. I recognized, like, what's it called? Like characters that are too OP for the sake of being OP. You know, shit like that. Yeah. I didn't like her. My first anime was High School of the Dead. Oh, shit. Based. Yeah. Kira X Kagali was better? Bro, I remember that, man. I remember that. But then turns out Kira and Kagali were actually siblings. Yeah. Yeah. And that, like, reframed a lot of, like, the shipping thing. Because I thought back then, too. I thought, like, when I rewatched it, it's like, oh, fuck, are they doing something with Kira and Kagali? But no, they're actually siblings. It's like, whoa. Whoa. And you know what the weirdest thing about that one was, chat? I didn't fucking care. They were siblings. I still wanted them to have sex. That's fucked up. See? Chat, again, you go through deep enough how I got exposed to anime, you recognize my fetishes, you recognize my anime taste, you recognize my taste in women. Yeah. To the Aremo route, true! To the Aremo route, indeed. Actually, I watched, I watched the anime with the white-haired people before I watched Aremo. I watched Yusugo no Sora first. Yeah. Yeah. One of the first few things, chat, that I watched was actually Yusugo no Sora. When did Domestic Girlfriend come out? Yeah, Domestic Girlfriend, Yusugo no Sora. Cause chat, we started having internet access back in 2025, I think. Right? Oh, sorry, not 2025. Wait, actually, yeah, 2025, I think. No, not 2025. $2026? 2016, I think? I don't remember. That was when I started, like, pirating a lot of animes. One of the first animes that I watched, wait, it wasn't Domestic Girlfriend? Wait, really? What was it then? No, I watched something. I watched like a dumpster fire anime before. Aside from Yusuga no Sora, I watched like a dumpster fire trashy anime. If it wasn't Domestic Girlfriend, I don't remember what it was. What was it? What was it? What was it? You watched a lot of older stuff? Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like you kind of have to, right? To truly appreciate anime. I feel like you kind of have to. Explain the premise. It was fucked up. It was like about a... It was about like they were in high school. The guy was a cheater. Guy fucked a lot of women. Was it School Days? Oh, it was School Days. Yes, of course. Yes, it was. Sorry. Yeah, it was School Days. Yes. For some reason, I conflated the School Days and Domestic Girlfriend. For some reason. Yes, I watched this. It was kind of fucking weird, bro. It was fucking weird. It was a bit of a dumpster fire, but like I loved it. Oh god. Yeah, damn. Yeah, man. Hell, fucking yeah. God damn. God fucking damn. The end was doomed from the start. True. I remember the Orimo Best Girl Wars. I also even remember, what's it called? What was, Fuck, I used to watch a lot of harem anime, actually. Because I was a lonely loser. False Love. What? Nisekoi. Yeah. I remember Nisekoi. I distinctly remember the wars that happened because again, this was like when I got exposed to like the internet, right? My best girl here, chat, is actually this bitch, the brown-haired one. I think her name was Onodera. No, not Onodera. Onodera was the first, the short-haired girl. I think Tachibana was her name. Tachibana. I think Tachibana, right? Yeah, Tachibana was actually like my favorite girl. I love this bitch. She's my favorite. I will not hear anything else. I actually got into like, I met a Foid in high school, like it was 7th grade, I think. A Foid actually and I got into an argument, cause like she really wanted the main girl. I don't even remember the name of the main girl. See, that's how I preferred Tachibana. Okay, I don't remember the name of the main girl, but I remember the name of Tachibana. She really liked the blonde girl. She was really like all about the tsunderes, but I'm like, nah, man, give me the loving one, give me the brown haired one. And like this Ford and I went into an argument, and then we ended up watching a lot of anime in school because I would pirate it, I would save it on my phone, and we would watch it together during lunch breaks and during snack breaks. Yeah, Marika. I don't even remember Marika. Who's Marika again? I'm LARPing. I'm LARPing. I don't remember her first name. Oh fuck, I'm a tourist. I didn't remember her name was Marika. Fuck, I'm a tourist. I can't I can't claim myself. I have to get demoted, dude. I have to get demoted. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's because I don't remember the names of these people except her. And that her name was Tachibana. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. LARP so true. Fuck me in the ass, dude. I actually have School Days VN. I think it's borderline on Lost Media at this point. Even the good endings aren't that good. Wow. I'm gonna be honest. Even back then, I did not know School Days was a VN. I only played... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like VNs. I don't like visual novels. And maybe it has to do something with the first visual novel that I played. Guess. Guess the first visual novel that I played, chat. Guess. Some of you people will be able to guess it correctly. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow, wait, none of you are guessing it wrong. Wait, what? Really? Wow. Saya no Uta. The answer, chat, is Saya no Uta. Yeah, no, remember, right? Remember. How old was I when I was 16? I was probably like, Oh, and sorry, how old was I when I was like, when it was 2016, 2015? I was probably like 13, 14 year old. I discovered anime. I liked anime at this point. A lot of peers online are talking, hey, get into visual novels, watch Fate, play Fate, play Love Hina, blah blah blah. First thing that comes to my mind, Saya no Uta, because I liked how the girl looked. I played it. What the fuck was happening? I actually finished it, by the way. I finished Saya no Uta from start to finish, and I played it from start to finish, and I loved and hated it at the same time. I did. You watched? Sorry, not watched. Sorry. Because visual novel... Sorry, chat, you have to understand. When I consume visual novels, I don't think it's a game. I don't see it as a game. I see it as like a book. Or like a visual novel, right? So that's why I say I watched a visual novel instead of I played it. Yeah. So anyway, no. I loved and hated Saya no Uta. At the same time, though, kind of a banger. Was a bit of a banger. And it's demonized now, I think. I think it's demonized now. But like, I feel like Saya no Uta should be like one of the things that you need to get into when you're an anime fan. Like, you need to have at least need to know about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember this image with her on the wings and shit. Like, I'm like, oh, she's pretty. Let's watch this. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god. And now that's why I don't mind gore anymore. Vor. I don't, I play, do you guys know Knight of R? Do you guys know Knight of R? Do you guys know, Sinistar? Do you guys know, what's a good game? We don't open the door, but true. So yeah, yeah. This is how I got exposed to this. I recommended Katawa Shoujo. I have not watched that, actually. Oh, it's a game? I've heard of it, but... Oh, fuck. Chat. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Oh, it's the... Oh. The 4chan visual novel. I mean, hey, I don't mind. I don't find myself playing too many video games anymore these days because of work. But, okay. I mean, I guess I don't mind. It was made... Wait, it's actually made by 4chan. Wait, you're not shitposting me? Excuse me. You're not shitposting me? This was made by 4chan? Wait, 4chan or 2chan? Like, are we talking about English 4chan or are we talking about Japanese 4chan? Actual 4chan? Really? It's got a good reviews. Apparently it's goated. Really? Wow. Wow. I did not know that. I didn't know. I'm a tourist. Oh my god. Chat, I actually seriously did not know. Holy fuck. I'm a tourist. Actually, I need to have my card revoked. Oh shit. Oh shit, I didn't know. I actually seriously did not know. Fuck me in the ass, dude. Depressed tourist, true. Actually, let's talk about tourists for a bit. So I saw this clip. Okay, I saw this clip. We're gonna pivot to like one of the topics we actually wanted to talk about now. I saw this clip by The Yard. Anime is mainstream now. Too many normies like it. Normies. So what's all this about? So,
You are a fucking chomo.
No, Zipper, can you pull up Madoka Magica?
What if
What are
it's...
you getting
Okay.
to do that for?
What
just-
if the
I'm just
child
asking
is
a question.
1,000 years old?
is that Super Eye Patch Wolf? It does actually look like Super Eye Patch Wolf in it. Wait, actually, Neko Blood over here saw the same question, lol.
No, Zipper, can you pull up Madoka Magica?
What if
What
it's...
are you getting him to do that for?
I'm
What
just-
if the
I'm just
child is
asking a question.
1,000 years old?
That's what I'm saying.
never
That's what we
account for
always
it.
do, and we always make
God.
excuses for these fucking
What
people.
a tired... Okay, so just tell me...
Right. So what are we
Go to
doing?
images. I'm just asking if Puella Magi Madoka Magica would count for this category you're talking
If
about.
I meet somebody, if I start a new job and my coworker says this is his favorite anime, I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah, I'm gonna
God.
beat the shit out of you after work.
Yeah,
by
we're
the
gonna
way.
kill you, man.
No way, dude. No way. The self-report is crazy. Wait, isn't Ludwig? Wait, okay, wait. I need to know the context of this, okay? Ludwig is actually defending Madoka Magica, right? I'm not easily triggered, but true, shorty. Wait. So Ludwig is defending it, right? No fucking way. He has to, right? Like, come on, man. Come on. Why are they attacking Madoka Magica? It's because it's a fucking, magical girl lolly shit. Oh, sorry.
You after work.
Yeah,
by
we're
the
gonna
way.
kill you, man.
Wouldn't do that.
We're gonna
We're
beat the
gonna
shit out of by the dumpster.
We're gonna turn the water up slowly until you don't notice it's
I
boiling.
might talk... I'd talk to them less.
It's a good show.
Okay.
Oh, good. Nice. Yeah, true. It's a good show.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
Ludwig.
Okay.
Why is that? When is that
Okay.
ever a good enough reason?
What are we talking about? So, we're not going to consume good media because it has leffing that is socially bad? What is this? In fact, that's actually why a good... Look, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, a good piece of fiction, a good piece of media, a good piece of work is something that defies what is socially acceptable or not. I genuinely think so. You think a lot of these fucking people, a lot of the fictional stuff were not received well at first? No, man. These fucking fiction, these weird fucking communities, anime, again, they all started from a very niche appeal. They did. And now I don't like a lot of these fucking people trying to guilt others, especially the older people, into not consuming or not liking something because it has something that is bad. Right? This pisses me off because last week there was drama about Clannad where the creator came out to speak on it, and now this week is Madoka Magica. Oh, fuck, true. Oh god, I still remember the fucking, I still remember a lot of people talking about how you shouldn't consume Made in Abyss because it has a lot of, bad things. Good pieces of fiction needs to challenge the reader. Exactly. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Like, dude, right? Like, oh god, I get especially mad about, like, Made in Abyss. Because that shit gets demonized for the most nothing burger reasons. Holy fuck. Remember the Goblin Slayer drama? I'm not sure if there were other drama from Goblin Slayer aside from the fact that, like, a lot of people didn't like how, it glorified rape or something. Made in Abyss, the thing is, Made in Abyss is amazing. What are we talking about? I hate the word problematic now. I do too. Believe me, I do not too. I don't like the word problematic. I feel like it's a buzzword at this point. Oh, thank you, by the way. Wow. Wait, was that like a donation? Was a Stream Elements donation? I didn't see. Fuck, I didn't see. Let me log in. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it was you, mildly. Thank you. The irony is that Ludwig and Slime Machine, the loudest guy there, helped protect Nairo, who at age 20 got caught getting raped by a 15... Oh my god. Even though the two of them were openly... Oh my god. Really? Fuck me, dude. What is wrong with people? Unironically, what is wrong with people? DN can't access your waste card. Waiting for application. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check the Discord stuff. Members. Zip Zap. Oh, I see you. Zippy Zap. Come in. Hey. Approved. There we go. Thank you, Yinka. Thank you, Yinka. The free run demon discourse. Don't get me started, dude. Don't get me started on that bullshit, man. I hate it. I hate it. I actually, dude, the free run discourse, right? The demon thing. Oh, God. I hate these. Because, like, at the same time, I appreciate that free run is getting appreciated by a lot of, like, new people, right? But what are they talking about? What are the people? What are these bullshit that they're taking out? Oh my god. It's actually like fucking retarded. I refuse to actually take anyone that engages with that sort of shit seriously. I refuse to engage in a good faith argument with you. I really do. I really do, and I really will. Fuck off. My god. My god. So wait, is The Yard a bad podcast? The Yard. I've always heard good things about The Yard. That's the thing. I've never watched any of the episodes. But like, I would like to... I always got the impression they were actually like nerds. Like they were genuine nerds. Because they talk about video games and shit. They talk about anime sometimes. Okay, not anime, but like they talk about nerdy stuff. They play Smash? Fucking I guess. Video games isn't nerdy anymore? Yeah, you're not wrong. I guess I should... My bar is slow, I guess. Fuck me in the ass, dude. God damn. God damn. Oh shit, we should be talking about a few other things now. Let's talk about... God. I wanted to talk about the Shiori thing. I want to talk about the Shiori thing for a bit. Cause, but I'm gonna, like, cause I see tweets like these, right? Like, I really don't know how they gave Advent an unwinnable battle on ENreco. It's unfair to Advent. It's 15 minutes. It's a miracle they lasted that long. I mean, I feel so bad for the girls. I only watched Shiori's POV, but you can hear the disappointment in her voice during the main plot announcement. So, I got the like, apparently Shiori was not happy with it. And, apparently it was like okay, so I'm gonna TLDR the situation for you guys, okay? Apparently a lot of the side plots, a lot of the roleplay aspects of the girls got like basically fucking Thanos tapped out of existence to favor the mainline story that was already in the script. And the ending was apparently bad because it was so anticlimactic. It wasn't like... It's not a good, pleasant experience. It feels like cover staff forced everyone to conform to what they already had. And it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Right? I would make this into a clip. I would try to talk about this in detail. But I feel like before I do that, I would have to watch the entirety of it. I really would. Because I'm going to be honest, I haven't really gotten into the ENreco stuff as of recently. I've been busy with work and a lot of like content stuff. But yeah, I can't talk too deeply about it before actually watching it. I'm just going to let you guys know that apparently that's like the TLDR of what happened. But, you know, maybe once I actually get into it and watch like the entire stream and watch the entire episodes of what happened, I'll talk about it. But at that point, I feel like it'll already be like an irrelevant situation. You know? Yeah. A solution of choice? Oh. Oh, mildly, thank you. Ludwig and his friends are the meathead jocks who hung out with the nerds and peaked in high school. Wow. I mean, I know a lot of meathead jocks that were cool with me. I mean, you have to understand, chat, okay? In the Philippines, I know there's a stereotype in the West where the nerds are getting bullied and the jocks are, they get the girls and they get the clout and stuff like that. But in the Philippines, if you were actually like an academically inclined person, you were the ones that get the girls, right? I mean, obviously, there were also like a lot of the jocks, the meathead jocks that gets a lot of sex and gets a lot of women, but they weren't bullies necessarily. They still were respected. Like the bullying that happened in the Philippines are weird. There's a lot of racism, but it's very casual. Yeah. Me personally, a lot of the meatheads and a lot of the jocks and a lot of the people that were into like these people, they actually liked me, and I actually liked them too, because what I did was that I did their homework, but they gave me food. They invited me to parties, and they actually spoke really highly of me, right? Like for example, one of the jocks actually told me, "Hey man, I want to play a game. Like, what's a cool game that's like cool to get into now?" And it's like, "What kind of cool are you talking about? Do you want something that's like actually nerdy?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm into sword stuff. I'm into like magics and like swords and shit like that. I like European settings. Oh, I got you, fam. The Witcher 3. Fucking gave them I gave them access to my Steam account. Oh, sorry, not my Steam account. I gave them access to my my little USB drive that had my Witcher pirate copy in it. And they played it and they had so much fucking fun. And bro actually carried me in high school. They actually carried me in senior high school. After I let them borrow The Witcher 3, bro carried me in senior high school. Whenever we wanted to skip class, whenever there was gossip, whenever I had a crush on somebody, bro was there to hype me up every single step of the way. I loved him, and he loved me too. So I felt like that was cool. I didn't necessarily have a bad experience with jockeys. I was still bullied for my nerd stuff, but I wasn't bullied. I was laughed at, but it wasn't like on your face. Yeah. That's some cute bromance. Yeah. Yeah. Getting carried in high school. Yeah, dude, because for example, there were stuff that I wanted from a few other people too, right? Like I wanted to, for example, I'm not going to explain too much details, but in my high school, right? There were drama. There was information that was only privy to a lot of other people. When it comes to events, when it comes to gatherings of a certain thing, whenever there were parties, whenever there were stuff going down with the teachers that you needed to avoid, or even when teachers are going to be absent, among many other stuff. Bro was always there with me. Yeah. It's nice. Can you just study here in PH? Nah. I mean, you can, but it's yeah, theoretically, if you were smart and you studied a lot, you would be able to pull women. But I feel like even if you could do that, you won't. There's a lot of pressure here. Where is he now? Oh, he's a drummer now. He's in a band right now, like a very small band, and they're relatively successful. He's one of those good-looking jock fuckboys, or the type of handsome guy that easily picks up women. But he's genuinely a nerd now. He's into Warhammer 4K, Warhammer 40K. He's into the Witcherverse. He's super into the Witcherverse. His favorite pastime is Skyrim, and assembling what's it called? And assembling gunpla. He's into that shit now. He's actually genuinely a nerd now. That's why he understands nerd stuff. And he still pulls a lot of women, So that's cool. I feel like he's genuinely one of those Henry Cavill types of people. Yeah. Are Filipinos doomed to be cursed people online? Maybe. Maybe we are, unfortunately. So that's cute. That's kind of good for him. So anyway, chat, let's talk about like another topic now. Let's talk about this one. Riggers, if I'm paying you to rig my model, that file should go to me. I paid for it. It is my model. Like, what is this industry? I pay thousands of dollars to not own the file of my own rigged model. Comparing art to a rigged live 2D model is crazy. It's nowhere near the same. Yes, it's drawn, but art doesn't change. Models change all the time. You get new outfits, new arm poses, new expressions, everything. It's crazy to me that riggers don't see this. I hope that this post truly changes some things because obviously VTubers in general are having a problem with their money being abused. You talk about protecting artists and riggers, I agree, but protecting VTubers is also very important. Yeah. So, what do we think about this? Let's look at the perspective of other people before we look into forming our opinions, okay? I saw this person that I thought was very well constructed. Respecting artists and wanting clear source files terms are not opposites. A live 2D model is not just a standalone illustration. It is a functional asset that may need maintenance, fixes, toggles, or updates later. If the CMO3, that's the rig files, is not included by default, that is fine. But clients should know that upfront and have the options to negotiate access or transferable edit rights, especially when paying thousands. Wait, I mean, actually, I don't know if CMO3 files are the rigging or the art files that they give for the rigger. I think it's the latter. They built your brand because you gave them work. You paid for them to do so. It wasn't something down out of their own free will. If someone wants you to be their exported product... if someone wants to make sure their exported product is manageable in the case of the person you worked with goes MIA, you should be able to take that file and go to someone else who can assist in managing it. Otherwise, it's just stuck. It doesn't make sense to be bending over backwards for people who only are helping you because you paid them. It would be different if they were doing favors for you, but not because you did the bare minimum. Okay. That's a really interesting take, yeah. You know? And then the other person over here says, the rig discourse is super interesting and definitely a conversation that needs to be had in the VTuber industry. I genuinely feel like serious considerations need to be made on both sides of the aisle. As an artist, I totally understand wanting to protect your work / technique / trade secrets from bad actors who may try to steal or take credit for it. But at the same time, you shouldn't let an extreme what-if scenario stop you from giving your clients peace of mind over arguably their most important brand asset. Wow. In OP's case, they legit can't get in contact with the rig artist anymore, so they're screwed and have to start from scratch if they wanted to add even one small update. In my case, I'm my own model artist and can make as many updates and outfits as I want, but if something were to happen to my rig artist, I'd absolutely be fucked. I'd have to start over again from 0%, and I don't know if y'all knew this, but starting over ain't cheap. True. If I had rig files on hand, I would have the ability to add new things and still preserve the original base for my rig mama in the event I can't work with her anymore. And then this person says, he's trying to argue one of the people that parrot this, but if you buy a game, that doesn't mean you own the source code. Sure, but you should at the very least be able to back up or modify your save file in case something happens. True, I feel like I feel like a lot of the people that say this also make a false comparison. I feel like this is a slam dunk there. Yeah. Can we stop treating artists like fucking gods? Yeah, I think we do too. Yeah. I feel like in the case of VTubers, I understand that artists are what hold what holds the industry up. But at the same time, right? Like at the same time, we can't not call bad actors just because that's the case. Like, there are unironically a lot of bad VTuber artists here that take advantage of this, like, fucking prestige, of this fucking power. Like, just because you're an artist doesn't mean you should have a lot of privileges, you know what I mean? And a game doesn't cost thousands of dollars. True. You're not wrong. To further bring in the game analogy, if we didn't have the source code for some games, then some of the best ROM hacks, aka add-ons, would have never happened. IMO, multiple artists adding onto a work is really freaking cool, but that's just me, I guess. Going back to the original subject, I feel like some level of mutual trust needs to happen here. Question mark. Oh, sorry, that's a question. Model artist needs to, by default, have trust the client or rigger to not make a template or steal from the art PSD, which even submerged flattened does still have a look into our process. So why don't artists' rigs give that same level of trust to the client? Most layman clients won't be able to do anything with it anyway, but gives them insurance to add onto their model in the event they can't work with the original rigger for one reason or another. Yeah, this is like the big reason why a lot of riggers don't like doing that. I already looked through a lot of the discussion made by this person, right? In this case, right? A lot of riggers argue that the source file is basically like their own work, and if it's like having a commercial right on a piece of art, they work on your art, you commission them to work on your art, true, but you can't be able to do anything with it. You still have to pay a fee, especially if it's like for commercial and shit like that in the case of artists, or people are able to like trace your rigging work and be able to run with it, however. Right? If it's a matter of lack of trust, revise your contracts to protect your work and make clear guidelines and prohibitions on distribution, copying, modification, and perhaps encourage your clients to notify or advise you to who you send the file to send a rig file to for your own record keeping. DN, I paid $300 for an animation. 2 months later, I received a draft quality finish. I just wrote it off and used AI instead. Only costed $0.50. I feel like that's like, yeah, a lot of people, like, look, I feel like that's efficient, but a lot of people are not gonna like that. Especially if the artist figures it out. The animator figures it out, you know? I feel like, to a certain extent, efficiency is good. Especially in the creative aspect, that's good. But we can't make that the whole product. You know, like, we can't make that the whole product. We can't make that like the thing that you should be presenting to people, right? Otherwise, it would be too obvious. It would look bad. IMO. Yeah. One of the next people that are looking. Oh, this person also says, the professional way to handle rigging files is for the VTuber to seek consent from the original rigger. So actually, the reason why I'm bringing these up is because these are, I think, the people that had like the most tame takes about this whole situation, right? Because like, if we open this tweet, we see a lot of people debating and like arguing about it, right? Like, you have a lot of artists and a lot of riggers saying, yeah, this is not as simple as it sounds. Yeah, this is not like, it's not that easy. But then a lot of clients and a lot of VTubers are also saying, but what the fuck do we do? You know, X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of discussion around this. Suika is also here. Suika, yo, this is like this is the template rigger person. Artist, rather. I think it's because most riggers have had a bad experience with CMO3 being edited without their knowledge. If a client wants a new update, I am not available. I don't mind handing the CMO3 directly to the other rigger. That way, I know who exactly the file goes to, and we have a professional understanding that they will only touch the new stuff without anything any of the base rig, unless permission was granted. PSDs get edited far less often from what I personally witnessed. Other L2D riggers may have their own reasons, but this is just mine. I see. I mean, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, this is easy to me. It's a business partnership. To me, at least. In a perfect, look, in my opinion, here's the thing. In a perfect world, if you pay for something, you should own it. But we don't live in a perfect world. I think at the end of the day, before you initiate a partnership with a rigger that you like, you read their TOS, or you ask what you're allowed to do and what you are entitled to by availing their services. If they say that they're okay with giving the source file, but with a fee, and you don't mind that fee, go pay it. If a rigger says they refuse to do that, don't get the rigger and find someone else. I think that's how it works Me personally, I don't think this is a rigger versus client thing. I think this is a business transaction thing. It's like the same thing when a lot of VTubers sign the rights of their character away to VTuber agencies. Like, bro, you fucking entered into an agreement knowing this. You know, why are you whining and bitching about it now and having your cake and eat it too? Right? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, this is actually just a whole transactional business issue. Like a skill gap in the business sense. Right? Yeah. That being said, I also do think that riggers should put it in their TOS. And I know some riggers do this. There's a line where it becomes borderline scamming your clients if you don't do this, by the way. Especially if you knowingly don't put the fact that this is a thing that you are doing when you are working together. Right? Whether or not you get to have the source file is up to the individual rigger. Yeah, be transparent, basically. Just be transparent. And Chad, look, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's a bit of a bias because I've only had good experiences with riggers. Artists, not so much, because the rigger that rigged my shit right now gave me the source file. They did, for free, by the way. For free. I didn't ask for it, but that was because the rigger was a viewer of mine who became a fond acquaintance. I didn't ask for it, because even if I had the source file, I wouldn't know what to do with it. The rigger who rigged Noose's model was easy to work with, easy to communicate with. I understood the terms and services and I was okay with it. And they also finished the work in the time they said they were gonna finish it. It was cool. It was fine. Right? Yeah. This reminds me of the commercial fees. They never show but always include because you are your own model. Therefore, it's commercial because you are profiting from it. I think to a certain extent that's retarded. I think it's retarded, by the way, where a lot of like VGen riggers, or sorry, not VGen artists and VGen riggers have a difference between streaming fee and commercial fee. I think that's pretty stupid. It's like, bro, what? What are we talking about here, dude? Commercial fees, when I'm paying for, there shouldn't be a difference between a streaming fee and a commercial fee. What are we talking about it? If I am going to ask for a piece of art and I pay a little bit of extra or double or something along those lines so I can use it on stream, I should also be able to monetize it. Like make it merch items and shit. Why do I have to pay a little bit extra than the extra that I'm paying on top just to make it a merch thing? Why is there a streaming fee and I don't know, man. I don't know. That's kind of fucked up. IMO. Yeah. So yeah, back to the whole rigger thing. If you are concerned that a rigger will stop being active and will become uncontactable anymore, which is a valid concern, consider the extra fee that you are going to pay as an insurance in a way, or like as partly a fucking commercial fee thing. I understand some people might disagree because you already paid thousands of dollars for it, but it's genuinely what I think. You know, I don't know, write it off your taxes or something. Yeah. At the end of the day, to me, it's like a contract partnership thing. You should know what you get into when you enter such a relationship, and you should only bitch and whine about it if terms are not followed, or if there was a clear misrepresentation, a clear lack of transparency from either side. You know? Yeah. It's retarded, I agree, but artists don't show it in the base price, then try to slap you with them. Yeah, that's basically how they get you. Yeah. They bait you in with what the seemingly low prices, but then when you look at the checkout, especially when it's a VGen artist, when you look at the checkout, it's like, oh my god, this art that I thought I would only get for $80 with my streaming rights turned out to be fucking $150. Like, what? Well, how did that happen? How the fuck did that happen, bro? Advertising your VTuber model price without commercial fees is ads for cars that only list the down payment costs. It's almost for false advertising. I agree. Yeah. Again, there's a certain extent where riggers or artists are intentionally hiding their fees just so they can debate you when you actually check out. You know, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and think that these artists and these riggers are also free of blame, that they also don't indulge in a lot of these practices, because a lot of them do. A lot of them genuinely fucking do. So yeah, that's what I think. Also, I'm getting a little bit tired now, so let's try to end the stream with this. Not this. I'm going to talk about something else. I saw this. The Filian thing. The Filian thing. So chat. I think I'm gonna live react to this. I'm probably going to... No. So what I'm gonna do, chat, is I'm going to go live when this countdown goes 0. Oh, sorry. It's cut in my screen. When this countdown goes 0, I'm going to be live. Filian.com. It's lost, right? Yeah. Like, we have these tweets from Rima, where apparently... Yeah, apparently in Dokomi, Filian also ended up fucking, like, teasing a whole lot of shit. Yeah. There's even a QR code. I haven't checked that up yet. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to stream this. So, well, I hope you guys are gonna watch it with me when this happens. Yeah. We're gonna see what the model looks like. We're gonna look at the rats. Oh yeah, Bibo is here. This is a joke, by the way, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna look at it. We're going to see. We're going to see what's going on here. Aside from that, I think that's gonna be it. Sorry for the tangents. I probably entered like 6 different fucking tangents these days, throughout the entirety of the stream. Yeah. But thank you so much for the stream. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm actually genuinely tired for some reason. I don't know why. Who do we want to raid? Let's see. Who are we raiding? Is there somebody to raid even? Excuse me. Is there somebody to raid? Not that I see. Okay, none of my friends are live. It's fine. Alright, chat. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for the super chats. Oh my god, thank you so much for the super chats and the donos even. You guys have been like awfully very generous lately, especially you, Mildly. God damn. And you too, South Side. Yeah, a lot of you people are being very generous today. I wonder what happened. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you all so much for coming into the stream and for listening to my weird tangents. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.